Subscribe to Gizmo Times and get notified about our latest videos by hitting the bell icon.
Hey guys, welcome to Gizmo Times. This is Chetan and this is the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2, the successor to the M1 that was such a good phone, and this comes with a good set of specifications that again is in the mid-range pricing. So this is the Max Pro M2's box package. It shows the 4G VoLTE connectivity, and the major specifications of this phone include that of 5000 mAh battery, which is the major feature as usual for the ZenFone Max Pro series. And this comes with a 6.3-inch display with the full HD plus resolution. There's also the Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 chipset that had powered the Xiaomi's Mi A2 smartphone as well as the Realme 2 Pro. So these two phones were good with the performance, so obviously you know what to expect from the performance on this phone. And the battery anyway is the 5000 mAh one. And something new that ASUS is giving this time is the Corning Gorilla Glass 6 protection on the device. In the mid-range pricing, you don't really see any phones offering such good screen protections, but this time the company has decided to give the Gorilla Glass 6 protection, and along with that you also have the dual lens camera combination on the back of the device, and this the 12 MP plus 5 MP combination on the back. So this is the major set of specifications. Now let's quickly unbox the phone and then talk more about it. So this is the wheel of photo branding that ASUS uses for its smartphones. Firstly, the SIM ejector pin. Then there's this transparent cover to protect the back of the phone and the sides. Then there's this user guide and also the warranty booklet and the SIM information. Next after that is this phone itself. So this is the ZenFone Max Pro M2, and this is one color variant of it. There's another one that is going to come later. That is probably next year. So this is that one, and this is not glass back, although it looks like glass. One good thing and again the bad thing is that it doesn't have glass. Which is probably the bad thing. You might not like the fact that it is a kind of a polycarbonate with the different kind of covering, but that is a good thing as well because you don't really need glass when you get these kind of designs. This is called as the Wave Finish by the company, and it's a 3D curved glassy design, and it's not glass in the end. So this is the phone. Let's keep it aside. Next is this ZenFone charger. That's the 5-way 2-way output travel adapter. So that indicates the phone does not support any fast charging. It's the basic charging that it supports. And finally, this is the USB cable. That's the micro USB cable, again indicating that the phone comes with the micro USB connectivity. So there's no fast charge support. That is something many might not like because of the fact that it has a 5000 mAh battery. So this is the box package. Now let's get back to the device. So starting with the physical aspect of the phone itself, as we mentioned, this is not glass, but it still looks good. This variant actually has a good wavy finish. That's the wave finish which ASUS calls it. There's a fingerprint sensor on the back of the phone, and the dual lens camera combination of 12 megapixel plus 5 megapixel combination with the LED flash. A little projection on the back. It's not as bumpy as the other cameras or smartphones would be. And for a 5000 mAh battery phone, this is not that thick. Now towards the bottom what you see is the micro USB port and the 3.5 headset jack, the microphone and the speaker grill. And this bottom seems a bit projected towards the center. That also looks good. And towards the left is that SIM card tray, which has 3 slots. So there's a dedicated micro SD card slot that helps expand the storage by up to 2 TB. There's support for 2 TB micro SD card. And on the top what you see here is this secondary microphone. On the right are the buttons, the power button as well as the volume rocker buttons. So that is it on the sides of the phone and the physical aspect of this phone. It actually doesn't feel that heavy when compared to the other phones in this price range. Actually having a 5000 mAh battery, this is not that heavy. And on the front what you see is this notch. So this notch area houses the camera, the sensors as well as the LED flashlight. Again that is a good thing that the notch is not so thick. Still it houses LED flashlight for the low light selfies. And on the front what you see is the 6.26-inch display, and this display has the 1080 into 2280 pixels of screen resolution and 94% NTSC color gamut, and the 88% of screen to body ratio. The chin seems a little thicker, but 88% screen to body ratio is quite good. And one unique feature, as said earlier, is that Corning Gorilla Glass 6 protection on the front of the phone, and it's a 2.5D curved glass on the front. So this is that. On the front, what else does the notch house is not just the camera but also the LED light, the ambient light sensor, the proximity sensor, and also the notification LED. Everything stays right on the top of the phone. And there's also the earpiece grill that sits right at the midst of the frame as well as this notch. So this is the area where you see that earpiece grill. So that is it about the physical aspect of the phone. Now getting into the internals, this phone comes powered with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 chipset. Let's get into the about section. So it's Android 8.1.0 Oreo that you see on this phone, and we expect this to get the Android Pie update anytime soon. Good thing is this again has the same stock Android that was present on the Max Pro M1. You don't have to complain about the Zen UI that the ASUS smartphones usually have. Many users had this thing about stock Android being better than the custom ROMs because you have the flexibility of doing anything on Android and you don't need all those unnecessary features or applications that the custom ROMs have. So one brand that has actually been listening to the consumers and acting upon it is ASUS. So you see the stock Android here, and under the storage, we have used about 3 to 4 GB already for the games. So it's about 50 GB of storage that is present to the user out of 64 GB. There are different variants again. There's going to be an option with 3 plus 32, and that's 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB storage, 4 GB RAM, 64 GB storage, and 6 GB RAM, 64 GB storage. And for the interface, apart from the basic Google applications, what you see pre-installed is the FM radio application and also Facebook and Messenger. Those two apps are pre-installed. Something that most of the users would again use, so that is not going to be annoying you. PUBG Mobile is installed by us, so that's not pre-installed. There are some Google extra applications from Google, that Sheets and Slides. Those apps are pre-installed as well. So that is it about the pre-installed applications. Now again in the settings, is there anything special? One thing is about the gestures, where you see the ZenMotion gestures, where you have the double tap to turn off screen or double tap to wake. On the home screen, if you double tap, it would turn off the screen. Double tapping on the screen would wake it. So that is with the gesture features. That's only one gesture that is given here. Under the other settings, what you see is under display, you have the night light where the blue light filter is activated, and the sleep timings, smart screen on, the font and display settings, blink light, ambient display, as well as the screen color options. So many things can be changed under the display settings. Now the security has two options. Firstly, what you see is the fingerprint sensor. The sensor is present on the back of the phone. This is the one, and for a regular user, this is quite a good place to have the sensor, and it's easy to actually use it. And let's quickly try to set it up. This would require multiple taps. As you can see here, I'm tapping it again and again for the entire recognition to happen, and the fingerprint is added. Done. And if you go into this one, let me confirm the same, and so there are no options under this. This is only for the security. The fingerprint sensor can be used for nothing else. Let's try to unlock the phone. So the recognition is actually accurate. I'm not doing it so precisely. It's just a simple placement of the finger, and it actually unlocks the phone. This is better than the ZenFone Max Pro M1. But I won't be really saying that it's already the best in the market, but it is better than the ZenFone Max Pro M1 in that recognition and unlocking of the phone. The next option is the face recognition, where you have to register your face, and let me do that as well. We won't be able to test it under low light conditions. So the face data has already been recorded in about 3 to 4 seconds. Turn on and unlock device. So this is the face unlock now, which I'm going to use. So this is the face unlock. In bright light conditions, there is enough light in the background, so you see that it's working quite well. It's taking a while, but it's still good enough with the recognition. It works quite well. So that is the face unlock and the fingerprint sensor. Both the security options are present in this phone. We are going to anyway test the performance with the games and the regular usage. This is going to be my primary phone for the next couple of weeks before I do the final review of the phone. So final thing about this phone is that camera setup, where you see a dual lens camera combination. There is this Sony IMX486 sensor, that's 12 megapixel one on the back of the phone, and along with that there's a 5 MP camera. The 12 MP camera has the f1.8 aperture to take in quite good light for low light captures. And these are the major features here. That's the enhanced portraits with the beautify feature, apply color filters, scene modes, as well as switching between the cameras. So that is the basic information about how to use the camera. This is the switch between the front and the rear cameras, and these are the different options. That's auto, pro, HDR, sports, and night mode. And apart from that, this is the flash option and beautify option for the different portraits. That's you can change this to low, mid, high, and you can change it to custom as well. So apart from that, this is the portrait mode. Portrait mode is that depth effect where you can set the amount of blur that you need in the capture. So that is the depth mode. This is the front facing camera of the phone, and you see that it seems good enough with that initial impression, but it's not easy to judge based on what is provided here. So this is a quick selfie, and anyway you can see the different camera samples that I'm giving here for you to easily understand whether the camera is good or not. This is a quick selfie, not it is easy to judge again, but then that is what it is. It's an 8 megapixel camera on the front of the phone. On the back what you see is the 4K video recording that is possible with this device. So this is the video, and now if you go into the settings, so what you see is the 4K video recording that is possible with this smartphone. So this is all about the cameras. You can check out the camera samples to see whether the quality of the cameras is good enough. And this is all about the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2. Before we wrap up about the pricing of this phone, since we are doing this video before the launch of the phone, I'm not sure about the actual pricing, but I hope this is priced under 15,000. 14 to 16 is what I expect this phone to be at for the 4 plus 64 option. Though there are those good features like the Gorilla Glass 6 which might cost a bit more than the regular ones, but if ASUS is pricing it under 14 to 16,000, this is going to be a super phone against the likes of the Realme 2 Pro as well as the Realme U1, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 6 Pro and such. So this is all about the ASUS ZenFone Max Pro M2 smartphone. I hope you like this video. If you do, share and subscribe to Gizmo for more. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.